The first time I saw her, I knew. Call it cliché, call it a movie moment. But when Sarah walked into that coffee shop, my whole world tilted on its axis. She had this laugh that could fill a room and a smile that made you feel like you were the only person in it. We talked for hours, and by the time we left, I was completely smitten. Our courtship was a whirlwind of late-night drives, shared dreams, and whispered secrets. Marrying her felt like the most natural thing in the world. The final piece of a puzzle I didn't even know was incomplete. For 5 years, our life was a beautiful, predictable rhythm. We built a home not just with bricks and mortars, but with shared memories and inside jokes. I thought we were unshakable. I was a software developer, often lost in code, but I always made sure to log off for our date nights for the little moments that I thought mattered most. Sarah was a freelance graphic designer, her creativity splashing color into every corner of our lives. I trusted her completely, implicitly. The thought of betrayal wasn't even in my vocabulary when it came to her. The first crack in our perfect world was almost invisible. It started with her phone. It was always with her, face down on the table, and she'd jump a little whenever a notification buzzed. She started working late, claiming new clients and tight deadlines. I wanted to be supportive, so I'd make her dinner and wait up only for her to come home exhausted and distant, smelling faintly of a cologne that wasn't mine. I'd ask about her day, and her answers became vague, clipped. The vibrant color she'd brought into my life was fading to gray, and a cold knot of dread began to tighten in my stomach. One evening, I decided to surprise her at the office she sometimes rented downtown. I brought her favorite takeout, picturing her face lighting up with a smile. But the office was dark. A quick call to the building manager confirmed my worst fear. She had unrented a space there in over 6 months. The ground gave way beneath me. The drive home was a blur of confusion and a rising tide of panic. Where was she? Who was she with? Questions echoed in the empty car, each one a hammer blow to the foundation of our marriage. That night, I didn't sleep. I waited. When she finally came home just before dawn, the excuse about a last-minute project felt flimsy, rehearsed. The trust I'd placed in her for years had crumbled to dust in a single night. The next day, I did something I never thought I would. I hired a private investigator. It felt sordid, a violation of everything we'd built, but I needed to know the truth, no matter how much it hurt. The investigator's report landed in my email inbox a week later like a death sentence. It was a collection of photos. Sarah, my Sarah, laughing with another man. Holding his hand, kissing him outside a small, discreet apartment I'd never seen before. Each image was a dagger to the heart. The man was one of her new clients, someone she'd mentioned in passing. The betrayal was methodical, calculated. It wasn't a mistake. It was a choice she made every day. That evening, I sat her down. I didn't yell. I didn't scream. I just laid the photos on the coffee table between us. The silence was deafening. Her face went pale, the color draining away until she was a stranger sitting in my living room. There were no more lies to tell, no more excuses to invent. The truth was there, in glossy, full-color prints. The life we built, the love I cherished, it was all a lie. She had crossed a line, and in doing so, she hadn't just broken my heart. She had shattered the man I used to be. The price of her deception wasn't just our marriage. It was the truth itself, now buried under an avalanche of deceit. And that was something we could never undo.